And there's Reaper. Look at this Brig, dude. Brig is ready for this. It's beautiful. Bam! It's awesome. She pops Rally instantly, which is great. Eat your heart out, guys. This is Cannibal Red, and today we're going to be reviewing some Torbjorn gameplay I had the other day. I think it's going to be fun. Torb is one of my favorite characters, and I think that there's a lot to learn just from this video, but also, Torb is so memey, it's so freaking beautiful, that I kind of just want to share it with you, and maybe do some crappy Torbjorn impressions if that's cool with everyone. So I noticed in this game, the reason I went Torb is kind of to troll because I saw we had a Bastion on our team. We're playing Oasis, so King of the Hill. And I thought, you know what, we will just meme this up with a little bit of the double turret. And it ends up going pretty darn interesting. So we've got a kind of weird team comp. We've got Orisa Hog, Brig, Mercy, Torbjorn, and Bastion. So I think it's an okay comp to be running. Double turret, this isn't the best map for it, but again, I'm just looking to have some fun, so we're going to make it work. We see the enemy going that way, so I'm going to drop a turret in case we see someone come from the other direction. And then you're going to see me pop Overload and instantly pile in and take out the Reinhardt, because as soon as you can get their shield down, that means they have no defense. So Overload and Torbjorn are just huge tank busters, so you'll see me continually focus tanks throughout this game. Now both tanks are down thanks to us, and a little bit of help from the team. But yeah, just keep in mind, Overload lets you pump out so much damage that you're going to break shields, you're going to do good things. Over here, there was a Reaper, and I know he's going for the Bastion. So that's why I went over and I handled him a little bit. He gets finished off by our Bastion and our Orisa, and things are bueno. Now, I'm going to be paying attention to our Bastion the entire game, because I know the enemy team is a Reaper. That Reaper is going to be going for our Bastion, so I need to keep him protected, which is why I placed a turret on the opposite side, in a position where it will start to hit anything that comes for our Bastion. We also see that they have a Sombra now, which I'm not too worried about, but I also know that she might be going for our Bastion as well, so that's just things we're going to keep in mind, because they've got two things probably intending to counter Bastion. We see the Reaper and the Reinhardt come in this direction, we pop in a few shots, and then I'm going to turn back, and make sure to keep an eye on the back, looking out for our Bastion, and we do see the Reaper back there. So that's going on in the back of my head that, hey, there's a Reaper. And now we see that the Reinhardt is going for a flank here. And I do make a stupid play here. I don't initiate and I let myself get pinned. But that means he wasted his instant kill on us instead of the Bastion. And Bastion's kind of able to come in here and finish off the enemies. You see the Reaper kill and then Orisa killing the Winston. So although I died, it took one of Reinhardt's only ability to kill Bastion away from him, and then got him away from his team, so his shield was useless, and our team was able to pick it up. So these are things to be just noting. What can kill your Bastion? What does the enemy have to focus down our primary DPS? Which is sure as shit not me. So I'm looking out for protecting him, and things went pretty well. Now this is interesting. I get on the high ground, and then we see a hammer down hit our entire team over there. This is interesting, so I'm just going to kind of walk to the side. I know I've got our little ult here, and they weren't able to touch point. Now this is weird, alright? Because realistically, they should have been able to cap right here and contest in overtime and probably kill me. I wouldn't have 1v6'd them, so I would have just let them take the point, and we would have had to refight. But let's look at what exactly happened there, because it's very important to learn from mistakes, both your own and the enemy's. Now, this was the Reinhardt's position. Our entire team is right there, and then you see him go for this flank. Uh-oh. And boom. That's the entire team, almost. He gets kills, he's cleaning up, pin on the Mercy, oh my god, starts smacking this, and then the game ends. Now tell me, Reinhardt did an awesome play. He basically hammered down our entire team. Why was the rest of his team not able to touch point? Well, I reviewed this clip a few times, and I know exactly why that is, so let's focus on the character whose fault it is they lost. I'll tell you what everyone else was doing really quick. Reaper was dead. Mercy was pocketing our Reinhardt so we should get the kills. Winston died. It's this person right here. This is the reason the enemy team did not cap this point, did not contest in overtime, and potentially come back and win the game. We see a horrible translocator placement. It bounced off that pipe. How much time is left? There are seconds on the clock. Seconds. And this Sombra has decided to go for a hack on our ulting Bastion. Now, why is a hack on an ulting Bastion not beneficial? Normally Bastion would be a prime target because it would force him out of turret mode and into his sentry mode where you can kill him and his DPS is drastically decreased. However, in tank mode, you don't disable any of his abilities except his ability to self-heal, which means he is not a good hacking target. And with very few, like 3 seconds on the clock, there's no reason to hack him right now. What she should do is go straight to point. Once she hears the hammer down, that pulled our entire team. Instead, she took a fight with the Bastion, hacked him pointlessly, took damage, and had to relocate, and they lost the round. This round was lost because of their Sombra. Now, I'm not bashing on all Sombras, I'm just saying that is the analysis of why that round did not potentially go into overtime. So, it's really, really interesting. Like, just what some people don't understand. There was no reason to hack that Bastion. She should have gone straight to point, especially after that epic hammer went down, and potentially contested. Anyway, round 2, this one does not go as smoothly as round 1, but we still stick with the meme strat of Bastion Torb because it's hilarious. Alright. So let's get into this. We basically have the exact same team. No one switched their roles because it worked the first time. So let's go in. Our entire team decides to group up and all go left, which I'm cool with. It's not exactly the best position for the turret strat, but at least the team is together, and hey, man, I'll take it, alright? We drop a turret that's not in the middle of our team so that we can potentially redirect their attention, and then I start pumping in damage. Reinhardt goes down again from me and the Bastion both focusing him, and then our Bastion goes down to the Reaper, and we have to disengage. So we pull back. Losing our Bastion and losing some of our heals was not so bueno in the very beginning. Our Brig went down as well. So now I'm going to look for an alternate method to attack because I know that as a turret, Torbjorn, I don't want to be down in that little space. What I'm looking to do here is create off angles, okay? So I'm going to attack from this side while my team engages from the other side. This is risky, but it also is potentially high reward. So with some DPS characters and with some characters, you don't necessarily want to be taking off angles unless you have an escape mechanism. Torbjorn has that. His overload can be used offensively as a shield or tank buster, as you saw me do in round 1, but it can also be used defensively so that when your health gets low, if you're in this off position, pop overload and you have extra health to try and get out of there. And you're going to see that play out pretty much right here. So you see me create the off angle, I grab their Reaper's attention, which means Reaper's now on me. He's not fighting the rest of my team. So we back up, get some heals, and the Reaper chases me. I'm not really afraid of Reaper because there's overload, he's dead, we get some heals, and now I'm creating the off angle again. I'm missing my shots, but basically my objective here is to pop in shots onto their tank line, if possible. Demeching the D.Va will be huge because then our Bastion has free reign. So D.Va and Reinhardt are really the ones I'm going for. I'm not too worried about the squishies because I know Hog can handle them. So I start to focus the D.Va, start to get her down, and then we pop the overload. This was huge. Let's go ahead and look at the position I chose to use overload in. I didn't use it until I saw them all grouped up. So let's do that one more time. We grab the heals, create the off angle.
Look at you.
Look how many are over there, man. I'm so close to ult. My only objective here is just to get ult. Get it as soon as possible. We get the hook. And then splish splash, they're taking a molten bath. I'll go ahead and pop overload and get out of there for the D.Va bomb. Overload saves me from the D.Va bomb that would have killed me. We grab the heals. And now I see that most of our team is dead. We need to kind of disengage. So I'm just going to do a little bit of poke, try and get my next ult, and try not to die. I'm in a pretty tight spot, but then this healing orb comes in from our Moira, which is fantastic. I also pop overload, so we end up surviving and regrouping with our team. That was probably the riskiest thing I've done so far in the match because there were so many on me. But I'm just looking to get that ult. We're kind of peppering the Rhine shield.
Just look at
And look at that. What the heck just happened there? Did y'all see that? Let's look at our Brig's point of view because I'm pretty sure our Brig just like big balled this play.
My ultimate is almost ready.
So we're getting ready, we're regrouping. Oh man, this Reaper, they ruined. Look at this. Alright. What's Brig up to? You see me walk in first like a doofus. And there's Reaper. Look at this Brig, dude. Brig is ready for this. It's beautiful. Bam! It's awesome. She pops Rally instantly, which is great because the reason Rally's so important there is because we took out their DPS, negated their ult, which means we now are a man up in the fight. Instantly Rally pops, and that is our victory secured. Let's go ahead and go back to me. So now we've all got Rally. We're going in. Brig's growing deep. I'm going to pop in, again trying to demech that D.Va. We're going to pop a few shots in. Boom, land one on her. Boom, land a headshot. D.Va's down, and we get hammered. But it doesn't matter. There's just too many of us on this point right now, and the Rally was giving us way too much armor. That was perfect. That is exactly how engagements should go. Now I'm going to go up top and try and drop a turret. Lucio's up here for some reason without the rest of his team. I'm curious to see if he shows up in the kill feed here because I don't remember. But yeah, now we've created a high ground with our turret. We pop the Hanzo in the head. Keep in mind, Hanzo is our biggest counter on the enemy team right now. He has the greatest potential to one-shot us because Torbjorn has a gigantic head hitbox. And now he's out of the fight, which is great. So we're just popping in. We're going to try and take out that shield. I've got ult. And look at this. I just snuck around the back knowing I have ultimate. And we're going to pop it. Throw it everywhere. And end up with a triple kill off the bat. So these are pretty solid ultimate uses throughout the game. So just keep that in mind. When you see me ult, it's on their entire team. It's on a large group of people. I hit 3 people there. All 3 of them died. D.Va didn't have defense matrix up because she just used it defending her team from some bullets here. I actually like this turret spot on the right because... Let me freeform it. Can I do this? So this turret spot's pretty solid because it hits them as they walk in, and it actually is more difficult for the enemy to hit. You can see our turret can shoot over that ledge, but they can't necessarily hit the turret without walking out a little bit farther or aiming high. Again, the turret isn't really a huge damage source here. It's a distraction. It's shooting at off angles. It's making them go, okay, do I attack the enemy or do I spend the extra few seconds to hit that turret? Let's go back to ourselves here. There we go. So the dragon comes in, we easily die, and then boom. We just ended up with a headshot through that dragon. If you want to see what was happening, let's go ahead and take a look. Because I do think it's pretty fun. We know we killed the Mei right there, so let's look at what the Mei was doing and see how we ended up with a headshot that I couldn't even see through the dragon. One important thing is remembering your corners. If you can spam corners, it's okay. So our Bastion's actually on the high ground now, which is great. She attempts a wall off, but it doesn't actually do much. She didn't get in front of the Bastion because he's sitting on the very edge. And then you see she was fighting the Bastion, and then our little bullet came in through the dragon and popped her in her little Mei face. So things are going pretty darn well. Let's go back to us. We're taking damage from a Hanzo on the left, so we're going to kind of just look at him. I'm being really cautious here because I know he can headshot me, and I don't want to die. D.Va comes in, and this is a really cool thing. Alright, where's that bomb, everyone? It's to my left, right? And we're dead. How on earth did that happen? I was so confused at this. So let's go over and watch what their D.Va was doing. Because I honestly, in-game, I was like, why on earth am I dead right now? That D.Va bomb was on my left. I thought I was on the side of the pillar. I thought I should be safe. Now let's look at her actions here. She's pounding in, just trying to hit our tanks. She finally gets her ult right here. Alright. This. Look at me! Look at me! I was just so barely in the zone. That is exactly how I felt. Right there. That shocked expression on Torbjorn's face. Millimeters. Millimeters. And I would have dodged that. Alright, let's go back to our Torbjorn view. Well, we can watch Bastion just wreck their team here. Look at that. Just annihilate him. Lucio, don't walk out. He'll kill you. Alright, where are we at? We're coming back. Really, really salty. I died to that Diva Bomb, but you know what? Millimeters matter. We come back and see that the May's here, but our entire team's pretty much here. I'm not too worried about her. We hear a hammer down from the Reinhardt, but it doesn't matter. Our entire team's there. Bastion's in turret mode. And we're just going to unload on the Diva. Again, popping overload just to get massive amounts of damage out. Diva's down. Moira can't touch, and that is the game. Too hot for you. Alright, there's my one Torbjorn impression for the video. But that was a pretty solid one. I think it went really well, especially considering we were just running the dual turret. But that is the beautiful thing about the meta right now. I've been saying it since this meta came about. Since the last patch, basically. When GOATS ended, and they did a little bit of the reworks to Reaper, to nerf him back down slightly, you can play anything in Overwatch right now. Of all the times you could play this game, this is the best in over a year and a half that the game has been. You can play whatever you want, and it can work as long as you're not stupid. So that's why I made this video, just to show, hey dude, meme strats can still pay off. Just play what you want, just learn to play that character well, and you can do it, guys. Think about what you're doing. This is a game that's a battle of the mind. Alright, if it was a mechanically based game, I wouldn't be able to play it. I'm legally blind. I've got a huge disadvantage. I can't aim worth crap, man. But for some reason, I'm still plat in this game. Even on DPS, which is by far my worst role. So, you can do it. If you're below plat, just analyze your gameplay. Do what I just did. This replay feature is amazing. Go in here. Look at what happened. We were able to check out why I died to that Diva Bomb. We were able to check out, hey, we won that round, but I don't actually think we should. Their Rhine had a 6-man shatter. What happened? And we saw that it's just their Sombra being stupid. So that was luck-based. Like, you can look and you can analyze, you can see what maybe you should have done different. And that is the huge advantage of this replay system. Please be using it. Watch your games, because a lot of times I know you're playing this game and you're thinking, oh my god, my team sucks, this is horrible. But chances are you could have done something different. I definitely could have avoided the Diva Bomb death. I definitely could have avoided dying to the Reinhardt pin. Alright? I could have just, like I said, the Reinhardt pin in round 1, yes, I prevented him from being able to pin our Bastion. But had I been smart, I could have dodged the pin, he would have wasted the cooldown, and I wouldn't have died. Like, there's always something you can be improving. If you're playing something like Torbjorn, look for off angles with your turret. Your turret is not a huge damage dealer, it's just a distraction. How can you take away the focus of some of the enemy? When I pulled that off angle, you saw that the Reaper instantly went for me, which means my team now had one less DPS on the enemy team to deal with. In fact, it was their main DPS, the Reaper. So they were more likely to win that fight because I pulled the Reaper's attention. But also, I could have improved that by placing my turret down at an off angle and then running back to my team instead of dealing with the Reaper myself. Because again, when I'm off dealing with the Reaper, I've pulled a DPS, one of their DPS away from the fight, but I'm also disengaged in the fight. So it's a 5v5. So I've put them our team at an advantage, but not as much as I could have. It's all about learning the game and thinking, what could I do better if I see this situation again? Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks so much for watching. Eat your heart out, and I'll see you next time.